Imagine you have a young sibling, a female, a niece, a child, your own child, your own daughter that you've taken care of for some years, 16 years, 14 years. And this is a good kid. This is a kid that is, I mean, you've groomed in a way that the kid is generally a good kid. She's going about her normal day. I mean, you are home just waiting for her to come back home, only for you to hear the news that your kid has been involved in a gruesome accident that's led to her life being lost. Well, it's different when we know as humans we can't escape the grim hands, the icy hands of death, but there are certain ways, there are certain situations that can cause people's deaths. That is, it becomes very heartbreaking because looking at this particular issue I'm talking about, these kids, it was through no fault of theirs. They were just going home, back from wherever they were going from, they were coming back from, and out of nothing, through some reckless behavior of a teenage boy, they were burnt to ashes, and it has become a whole lot of issue throughout this week in the world of trends on the media. And quite recently, there's been an issue of Ghana Police Service releasing a statement that they are still probing into the issue to find out the best way to actually handle this issue. So far, they've not been further statement from their side to update the public on what's the progress they've made with regards to this issue of the East Legon girls that were involved in that gruesome accident involving this popular pastor, Salifu's son. Now, the man of God himself has come to the public to render official apology for whatever has happened. And personally, when I watched the video, I felt it was quite. He felt like he was very sincere and it was broken. I think he was not expecting anything like that. I don't think in my wildest dream, me myself, if I had a kid and this whole thing is happening the way it's happening to him, I will also have that thought of, hey, okay, this thing is it even happening, or is it possible? Is it something that can be a reality? Because these things are weird. And the worst part for me is the fact that he's not the one directly involved, but in as much as it's his son, okay, he's responsible for him because the boy is still a young boy, so he has to bear responsibility for the son's action. Now, so some people have children that the children are able to sort of, gain name, and then they do good things, and then you realize, okay, they see this person's son, this person's daughter, this person's child, this so and so's child is this man, and then you have the honor of actually giving birth to these kids. But in this case, it's different. Now you have a kid that is causing the father all sort of problems. Now it's very delicate to actually want to bring a child into this world, because you have to bear full responsibilities, and to some of us that are yet to have these kind of experiences of having a family, I think it really opens up a very huge dimension of education. Of learning care for us. That it's giving birth should be something that you really prepare for. Psychologically in every way possible, because anything can pop up. Whether you are responsible for whatever, if your child is involved in something, you, the father, has to bear responsibilities. So it goes beyond just providing for your family. It's a big deal. Yes, that's just a side. But he has come out to apologize, and like I said, his apologies are quite sincere. He looks broken, he looks devastated, he looks dejected. And like he said, in our local language, he spoke in Tree, and he was talking about the fact that whatever has happened to him, he doesn't even know where to start. He doesn't know how to even manage the whole reality of whatever is playing in front of him. And the only way that he can say, or what he can say, is he went on his knees to beg the family involved, the family that have lost their loved ones through this tragic incident. Now, some people are saying that the fact that he apologized on the media wasn't the best thing to do. Obviously, I mean, everybody has their opinion, but they feel like they should have gone to the family, the girl's family, or the people that lost their lives family to actually apologize to them personally. But I believe maybe those things have happened already or it's about to happen. I'm not sure he can come online and apologize without rendering an official apology to the family. That's what I think. So the big good thing is he has found something like he has found it. He's remorseful of what the son did, and he has come online to actually apologize to the family for whatever happened. And he has also pleaded with some men of God and some people to help him to apologize to the family and also wish them, I mean, strength. And yeah, he's giving them, he's wished them strength to go through this difficult period. And Charlie, it's a lot of things if you ask me, because Charlie, I don't think this thing, no amount of apology will actually, I mean, heal the wound that the family will be going through. Like I said, the whole thing is just something that you can't quite just stitch it up or heal it with words or any form of action at that moment. But at least I hope that at least it's at least does something. Okay, I think there are certain things that should be done to actually help the situation or sort of provide some level of comfort and some level of true remorse. I think first of all, the child has to go through, the kid that caused this has to go through something. He has to be subjected to the legal consequences of his actions. And also, I think that one will also go a long way to sort of bring some level of peace and some justice. The other family, the family that have lost their loved ones, will feel like the justice has been served, and in that sense, will even calm their nerves and make them a bit not really solve or sort of remedy the pain they are going through, because this is the kind of pain that I'm not sure anybody can heal from. It has to go with you to death, and it's an indelible pain. It's carved in a person's soul. They can't take it out, and you just have to find ways to sort of make it less painful. So the way for me to make it less painful is, like I'm saying, the young boy has to be subjected to the legal consequences of his actions, and maybe the family can take up some of the burden, like the family of the young guy, that's Reverend Salifu. I don't know whether it's Prophet or Reverend Salifu, but he can take up maybe the funeral rites and all these, the financial aspect of all these things that the family has to take care of as a form of funeral rite. Because quite recently, I think yesterday, a vigil night was organized for the girls at East Legon where the events happened. We saw a lot of people that gathered there, and it was quite a very sad scene when you saw how one of the girls' parents and the grandmom was devastated. And I mean, it's understandable. There's a pain that, like I said, you are going to take to your grave, and we wish them condolence. I mean, I don't know whether there's any words currently available in this world to actually provide anything close to comfort to sort of heal their pain. I'm not sure, but at least the ones that we know available is we wish them condolence, and we hope that God gives them strength to go through this very difficult moment. And Charlie, this issue, I don't know. There's a whole lot to learn from this. One, personally, if you ask me, as parents have a lot of responsibility to make sure that they straighten their kids up, because when your child does something, you are definitely going to pay the price. Like the way the man is going through this, and I've not even seen the kid since this whole thing happened. The last time I saw him, he was on the media. I think he had some deformities in his face, and but as parents, I feel there's a lot of responsibilities, and also I think some of these recklessness is unneeded. I mean, these things should serve as deterrent to young people that are living their life recklessly, and not taking into consideration some of their actions, and maybe like a little bit of over pampering, and maybe they have available the resources to actually channel, and then to be reckless. I mean, when you are reckless and you don't have the equipment and the resources and the machinery to help you to or aid your recklessness, at least it's much more less risky. But this is recklessness met the right, resources, and it's as caused what it has caused. But people in the media have a lot of things to say about this particular issue. So I would like us to run through a few of the comments about the prophet or the man of God's apology that he rendered, and we would know what the public also feels about this thing. So let's go right into the messages that I have here. I'll read a couple of them from X, and then we go through it. So this is from Ghana. Now, Ghana says Bishop Salifu Amoako should have said. Okay, he's trying to tell the bishop what he should have said, because he's trying to say that he didn't apologize well. So let's listen to what this guy has to say. He's saying that I have failed as a parent. I promise to let justice take its course in dealing with this sad and unfortunate incident. I am willing to face and allow my child to face any consequences resulting from our actions. I'm truly sorry. Okay, so well, this is also another perspective, because he believes that the apology wasn't rendered effectively. He feels like he should admit that he has failed as a parent, and then he is willing to subject his son to the legal consequences of his actions. Not only his son, to him, also he himself is involved, and whatever they are supposed to, responsibility that they have to subject themselves to make sure that this action is possibly consequence of the actions has been rectified, and the whole thing has had some level of justice with regards to how it happened. He feels like he should have said it this way. Okay, so this one is also from Kojoti. Kojoti says, hopefully the families find space in their respective heart to forgive him as well. Condolences to them. It's not easy, but justice is the ultimate source of solace after the peace of God, of course. Okay, so like I said, justice sort of provides some level of comfort and solace. Like, okay, you did this, so there should be some level of justice and fairness attached to how the law will handle this issue. And I believe that one too will go a long way to sort of provide some level of comfort for the bereaved family. So, and then he went on to say, and justice would be served when the offender is held accountable in a way that he himself and others can't do that again. Amen. So Kojo is basically saying that he feels like the best way to compensate for this level of pain from the family or to the family of the bereaved is for justice to be served. Okay, so now this one is from Nade. Nade say they will be strong. Now you too be strong, be a strong parent and let your child go to jail. You can be visiting them. Or you can be visiting him. Okay, so they will be strong. Now you too be strong, be a strong parent and let your child go to jail. You can be visiting him. So, okay, so Nada is basically trying to say that the man has apologized, all right, but he should also, I think it's almost the same thing as what Kojo also suggested, that the justice should prevail. So he should also understand that what his son has done comes with a level of consequences and responsibilities that the son has to go through. So he should also be a responsible parent by allowing the law to take its course. And when the son goes to jail, it's fine. He can even visit him, because from the logic that Na is actually coming from, the other parents have even lost their child. They don't even have the chance to even see them again. But at least if his son goes to jail, at least he has the chance to visit him. So he should do just to the situation and then admit that maybe his son has to be subjected to the right legal actions. That's what Nada is saying. Okay, now this is from Rondo G. Rondo G says, I respect him for taking this step. I respect him for taking this step. It's one of those situations where he's criticized either way, but I'm glad he chose to do it. Forgiveness is entirely up to the victims' families, while any punitive measures will be determined by the courts. Okay, so now this guy is also saying that he respects the man for taking this step, and he feels like it's the right way to do. Though people will criticize him no matter what he says about the situation because of the nature of the situation, but he feels like the right people to actually forgive him is the bereaved family. Okay, so if the family, decide that they've forgiven him for, or the child for what they did, he feels like it's nobody's business in a certain kind of way. Yes, and he feels like only the right way to judge this issue is for us to leave it to the court to determine the best punishment for the child. Okay, so so I think we can end that aspect of that section of our trends for now. Well, this is basically some of the comments and thoughts from some of the people, or our lovely people that are also online, that were also monitoring this situation carefully together with us. And most people are not happy about the situation, so understand where the grief and the whole thing is coming from. So Charlie, it's one of those things. But personally, if you ask me, I feel like it's best for him to apologize than not to even have done it at all. I'm hoping that we'll hear from the court on how they are going to handle this particular issue in the long run. Charlie, I'll end today's edition of Trends on KDM here. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.